How's it going, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be going over the Liberty kits, the sweet land of Alliance War Liberty. That's going to be a blog that's going to be out probably at the time of this video getting posted. A little bit late to this one. You probably saw other content creators go over the team kits this weekend. I'll give you my own take on it and see if these guys are going to be worth your very, 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 very valuable resources, especially as a war team. They seem to just really like war teams. Liberty! Let freedom ring on helicarrier decks with the patriotic new team, Liberty. Nick Fury is calling the expertise of Captain America Sam and War Machine to lead strike newbies Peggy Carter, Patriot, and Falcon Joaquim, I think is how it's pronounced, on their mission to dominate Alliance war battles, both on offense and defense. Yikes! You always love to see a defensive team. And with some serious upgrades to War Machine and Captain America Sam, Liberty is absolutely poised to take down big names in Alliance War. Here's your briefing on the new recruits and updates to Liberty's veterans. I'm super interested in this because every single Crucible team they've released has not been advertised to be the Master Key. They're not the, this is going to kill all Mephisto teams, not the, this is going to kill all Odin teams, right? Like, Absolute A-Force on the playtest played like that, and then when we got them in the live server, Absolute A-Force is absolute garbage in a lot of matchups. So I'll be interested to see how far they went with this Liberty team. All right, Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter rose to prominence during World War II as a key member of the Strategic Scientific Reserve, fighting alongside Captain America and spearheading critical missions against Hydra. Known for her sharp intellect, fearless combat skills, and unwavering dedication, Peggy became a symbol of strength and resilience on and off the battlefield. Even after the war, she continued her fight for justice, shaping the future of global espionage and proving that one woman can change the course of history. Peggy is a controller for the Liberty team as she features high focus and damage to sabotage enemies' plans. Like a proper spy, Peggy manipulates the battlefield using negative effects like slow stun ability luck to dictate enemy attacks. Her passive is particularly powerful in war. She denies enemies of gaining slow. Wait, what? In war, she denies enemies of gaining slow. And she, okay, sounds like a good thing for your enemy. And she applies taunt to every target she attacks. She also deals more damage to targets with slow. She denies enemies from gaining slow. She deals more damage to targets with slow. Why does my head already hurt? Are those two things not in contradiction with each other? But her big attack happens at the end of any Liberty ally turn if she does not have two or more exhausted, where she attacks the most injured enemy for piercing before applying slow and heal block. Alright, 175 speed, not a bad speed out the gate. Very meta speed right there. Her basic attack primary target, apply slow. She denies enemies of gaining... Is this supposed to be the word by? It's supposed to be she denies enemies by giving slow? Is it a typo? She denies enemies of gaining slow. Ah! Alright, we can't drone this forever. That really bothers me, though. She applies slow on her basic. It's got to be a typo. And copy and clear 3 random positive effects, excluding taunt from primary target to self. ISO attack. She's going to attack. Piercing, also slow. Copy and clearing 3. Really, really strong ISO attack. And not hidden behind ward. Her special, turn 1 capable. Clear immunity from primary and adjacents. Okay, it's pretty nice. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 350% piercing. And applying slow for 2 turns. Okay. Apply stun to primary, so turn 1 stun. In war, apply trauma for 2 turns to just the primary. It is unavoidable. If this character has 3 or more Liberty allies, it cannot be blocked. Okay. No war tags except for the trauma part. The crossfire, the ultimate ability, 2-turn, a second turn ability. Clears all barrier. Attacks for 400% damage. That's a lot with new character stats. Apply slow for 2 turns, so everything does slow. But she doesn't let enemies get slow? Apply +1 vulnerable up to a maximum of 5 to everybody. Okay, well, I like those kind of abilities. That's the kind of vulnerable that can be resisted, though. Keep that in mind. Apply ability block for 2 turns to the primary target. In war, if this character has 3 more Liberty allies, apply trauma for 2 turns to all enemies. Okay. Passive, the Dryad. At the end of any Liberty ally turn, if this character does not have 2 or more exhausted, attack the most injured enemy for 100% piercing. In war, attack that enemy for 250% piercing with new character stats. Do you not understand how insane that is? Apply slow and heal block to that enemy. That is an insane amount of damage. But we don't know how many turns they're going to take. It's at the end of any Liberty turn. Enemies with taunt take an additional 10% damage. I bet this doesn't work. I'm going to throw it. I bet this doesn't work. Because this is a new thing, right? So, like, we have defense down. We have minor defense down. We have vulnerables do increased damage. This is a new thing. Enemies with taunt take 10% increased damage. Okay. In war, enemies with slow cannot gain speed up. On successful hit by this character, apply taunt to each attack target. If this character has 3 more Liberty allies, enemy characters with slow cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normies. Okay, so it was a typo, because in reading her kit, they cannot gain speed up. So this is supposed to read, she denies enemies of gaining speed up. There's a big difference there, guys. There's a big difference there. Okay, let's move on. So, bonkers damage. Lots of slow everywhere. We have a turn 1 stun. We got turn 2 ability blocks. We got trauma at the wazoo. Good character kit. How much locked behind war? So the trauma in this is locked behind war. All the trauma is locked behind war. And so is the crazy, like 100% piercing with new character stats is a lot. 250% is at least locked behind war. And then this entire, like, the most important part is locked behind war tier. Okay. Falcon Joaquim. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. A resourceful Air Force officer, Joaquim Torres, was crucial in aiding Sam Wilson, during the fight against the Flag Smashers and her KISS group. After Sam became the new Captain America, I'm sorry, I'm in a mood today, I think. Joaquim inherited the mantle of Falcon, taking up iconic wings and advanced tech. Falcon Joaquim is the air support of Liberty and possesses high health and armor to help keep in the fight and aiding his allies. In war, his passive ability is the key to victory. On spawn, in war, he applies taunt to all enemies. Okay, so a lot of synergy between him and the Peggy Carter already. Allowing his allies to utilize their taunt punishing abilities. Oh, there's gonna be more than just her. Falcon's kit denies enemies with taunt of gaining immunity in war and deals additional damage to those with taunt. Okay. On top of the taunt mechanic, Falcon Joaquim dishes out solid heals and his special ultimate along with filling Liberty allies speed bar on any turn by the enemy with taunt. He's a support, 130 speed. Hold on. That's it. That's an important thing, guys. That makes him like the 3rd or 4th fastest character in the game, or tied for 4th, I think. This is a really important stat to look at. Basic, Red Wing. Attack primary, apply speed up to self and all Liberty allies? All of them? What? Striker? Unless he's giving speed up to them on his other attacks, he's a must-have striker. I wonder if he's going to have a vulnerable to hit into first, so if you're going to need to use the basic. At 130, we have to see the rest of his team. They might, just the fact that he can give them speed up that quickly. You guys see what happens when Cabal gets speed up that quickly, right? Special, turn 1 ability. Flip all negative effects to positive effects on self and all Liberty. That's insane. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 350. Big number for new stats. Heal self and all Liberty allies for 15%. Nice heal. In war, reduce speed bar of the primary target by 50%. Apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Liberty. So the safeguard is hidden behind war, but it is unavoidable everywhere. Ultimate. Turn 2 ability. I like how small this kit is. These kits are great so far. They're very impactful without having to use 5,000 words. I'm loving that so far. All right, see his ultimate. Turn 2 ability. Heal self and all Liberty allies for 25% of this character's max health. In war, it says this is in war. Generate 2 ability energy for self and Liberty allies. That kind of helps them live for more than just 1 attack, I guess, if you have them on the defensive side. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 190% damage and apply 1 vulnerable, reducing CD bar by 25%. This is in all game modes. So in all game modes on his turn 2, he'll reduce all enemy, just primary and adjacent, and reduce speed rate. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's 130 speed, and he'll give himself speed up, so his second turn happens really fast. Okay. Passive, air traffic controller. I should not have complimented them on the kit's not being too long. Hold on. The first time an enemy takes a turn, apply defense up for 1 turn. What? The first time an enemy takes a turn, apply defense up for 1 turn and speed up for 1 turn. That's in all game modes. On enemy with taunt turn, which is everybody, right? Where's that? Didn't we read that in his kit? He puts taunt on everybody, and where's passive is key to victory on spawn? He applies taunt. Okay. It's just not the first line. It should be in the first line. On enemy with taunt turn, if this character has 4 or more Liberty allies, fill speed bar by 5% for self and all Liberty allies. He needs to have all 4. It's his full team thing. Okay. Enemies with taunt take an additional 10% damage. Hold on. Does this stack? So she has it in her kit too. So this stacks? We need to know if this stacks. In war, on spawn, apply taunt for 2 turns to all enemies. Gain 500% extra focus for this action. Gain 25% speed until this character takes turn. Okay. So he's at 130 plus he gets an additional, oh my god, I don't want to do it. It's like 40 something, 45 or something like that, 42.5, I don't know. Enemies cannot fill speed bar for themselves, allies, or enemies until this character takes a turn. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means. Holy bananas! Okay, they are killing the speed meta, which is cool. But then they're also just giving it to the new team, which is less cool. Okay, so cannot gain speed bar on spawn. So who's that going to be in war? This is an in-war thing. So Super Skrull, out of the question. Old Man Logan, out of the question. So no Panda Pool. Undying is still just speed up. Yeah, and this part is not locked behind his team, so he's going to have instant plug-and-play use. Kohori's cooked, true. Damn, they really said we're giving up on Absolute. Enemies with taunt cannot gain immunity. Yo! I was about to say. So how does this work? If I have a character that spawns with immunity, but no taunt, they'll still put taunt on me, right? Because it's a positive effect, not a negative effect? Damn. That's trash. In a fun way, I guess. All right, Patriot. Eli Bradley, grandson of the super soldier Isaiah Bradley, initially fought crimes as a vigilante without any superhuman abilities, relying on his courage and tactical skills. After a life-threatening injury, Eli received a blood transfusion from his grandfather, which granted him enhanced strength, agility, endurance, similar to the original super soldier serum. I thought he stole it to impress somebody. That's what I read in the wiki. With his newfound powers and his grandfather's shield in hand, Eli embraced his role as Patriot, honoring his family's legacy while forging his own path as a hero in the fight for justice. Patriot is a bruising brawler for liberty with damage and focus stats to ensure his attacks land solid on the kisser of enemies. On top of heavy attacks, Patriot applies a slew of various negative effects like ability block, stun, and trauma in war. So it looks like a lot of the safeguard in war is gated behind the war tag. Patriot feeds his Liberty team's taunt mechanic by applying taunt on enemy turn. What? For any enemy with taunt, he lowers their dodge chance by 100%, and that enemy incurs an additional 10% of damage attack. So, is that 30% increased damage whenever we have taunt? He's got 121 speed. So he goes after Peggy. Unless the other two got speed buffs. Because I know Captain Sam was 120 and War Machine was smaller. We'll have to see. So I'm a little, it's a little annoying that this guy's going to go first. Because we really want this to happen. But at the same time, this happens, I guess. So whenever an enemy goes, he'll gain speed up this way. I think you'll still want him as a striker. It's just I think it's going to be a pretty intricate kit. Which normally means, offensively, this team could beat itself on defense. If there's intricacies to it like that. But we'll have to wait and see it. Basic. Regular damage, apply bleed. Good stuff. Special. Turn 1 ability. This will be your turn 1 ability. Attack all enemies for 250% piercing, plus 25% additional damage for each positive and negative effect on this character. And apply defense down for 2 turns. So it's on Patriot. What does he have? Heal self and all Liberty allies, so another healer, for 10% of this character's max health. In war, 100% crit chance against enemies with taunt. I'm feeling Raider on this guy already, boys. All right, ultimate, turn 2. Clear all barriers. It's another clear all barriers. I think Peggy had it as well. Apply offense up to self and all Liberty. Okay, so by this time, Joaquin has gone and Peggy has gone so far, to my knowledge. And then they get offense up for their turn 2 abilities, which is their ultimates. Clear death proof on primary and adjacents. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 300% piercing, plus apply 2 bleed. So what I would love to see is a decay effect on that death proof. So we saw a version of that already, right? We've seen Scarlet Witch rework, decay just defense up. I would have liked to see this death proof decay so that Mephisto giving safeguard, that death proof would still get decayed. I would have liked to see that in these new characters so we can start getting Mephisto countered the same way, Skrull got countered and Dorm got countered, Apocalypse has been countered in War. In War, on kill, fill speed bar for self by 75%. That's on his ability, not on his passive. So he needs to get a kill with this to get that speed bar. This attack gains 100% crit chance against targets with taunt and cannot be blocked. Okay, I'm definitely feeling Raider on this guy. Yeah, I definitely. Passive. On successful attack by this character or any Liberty ally, flip 1 negative effect into a positive effect on self and all Liberty allies. Crazy. On enemy turn, apply +1 taunt up to a maximum of 3. So they're getting it on spawn and every single turn. And they get stacks of it. But it's not every stack they get increased damage, right? Okay. Until this character completes a turn, this character and all Liberty allies gain 5,000% focus. Like, get wrecked out of time. We're not even entertaining Cosmic Ghost Rider as a potential cog in this wheel. Enemies with taunts, lower dodge chance by 100%, take additional 10% damage. That is outside of War. Is all of this outside of War? All the taunt damage? All the taunt damage is outside of War. Okay. That's interesting. That's now go in War. The damage of this character and Liberty allies can only be reduced by offense down. If this character has 4 or more Liberty allies, lower maximum barrier of all enemies by 20%. So we've already had Get Wrecked Kahori. This is a Get Wrecked Mighty Avengers, even though I don't think they would have stood a chance anyway. And enemies with taunt cannot gain stealth. Yikes! This 3-piece against protectors in game or people that get taunt is kind of interesting. I can see why a couple of content creators thought this could be a good outside of Crucible team. I'm not seeing its super use yet, but I will say with the, I think it was Joaquin part, this is not tied behind War. This is the first time an enemy takes a turn to apply defense up and speed up and immunity. This is not locked behind War. This is huge. This alone is like Scientist Supreme, but better. Which means, yes, it will have use. That alone. Okay, let's see these reworks. War Machine, 700% health. Yeah, boy, needed it, okay? Yeah, boy, needed it for sure. 345 damage. That's really good. He's going to pump. 208 armor, 410 focus, and nearly 300% resistance. Okay, his basic. It's going to do 250. Okay, listen. I thought the new stats were so that this number would stay low. He's getting this, plus it's up to 250. I mean, I don't know where his stats are. Maybe he did need both of these things, but the fact they're in increasing numbers instead of increasing the damage stat says a lot. It could just be this ability was criminally low, though. All right, special missile system. If this character has 4 or more Liberty allies, flip defense up, deflect, and regeneration on primary adjacents. Attack primary adjacents for 120% piercing and repeat 3 times. So this is now a 360% piercing attack. That's big. It really depends on his damage stat. I want to see where this lands him in the stat table. That's going to speak volumes. Ultimate Cluster Bomb. Another clear all barrier. Attacks all enemies for 450, and this attack cannot miss and cannot be blocked. That's a big hit, guys. That's a big hit. Oh, sorry, you're right, Kevin. Kevin from chat is saying it's actually 480 because it repeats 3 times. So it happens once and then 3 more times. So that's 120 times 4. You're right. That's huge. That's a lot of damage. Passive. Let's see what the new is. When an enemy drops below 50% or 25% health, apply taunt. Fuck off. Stop making me taunt. This cannot be dodged or blocked. On spawn, apply 2 death proof to self and all Liberty allies. Apply 2 death proof to a random Iron Man ally. I'm sorry, Iron Man. You don't make the cut, bud. We need all our characters. Captain Sam, 300% health, 225 damage, 191 armor, 236% focus, and 144 resist. The most important thing I'm seeing here is that neither Captain Sam nor War Machine got speed stat increases. So it's going to go Joaquin, Peggy, Patriot, Captain Sam, and then War Machine. Why is this important? Because I forget who it was. Was it Joaquin's giving us speed up on the first enemy turn? So by the time it reaches Captain Sam America, Joaquin, Peggy, and a little bit of Patriot, they've been gaining speed bar with that speed up leading into the Captain America Sam. And then he's going to give us speed bar when he ults. So the second turn for the newer characters is going to come very quickly. So this is going to be pretty rough. It's going to be very rough. But let's read his actual kit before I go on. His basic is the same, which I think is a buff strip. His special, gains taunt, deflects counters, defense up, apply speed up. Another way he can give speed up. Okay. That'll be so turn 3, they'll have speed up again if you don't have Joaquin giving them speed up with his ISO attack. Generate 1 ability energy for 2 random, and then 1 ability energy for 2 to 3 random non-summoned. Can there be summoned Liberty allies? Did I miss something? Was there a summon? Did I miss something? Or is that non-summoned part just supposed to be for the skill characters? I'm just going to gloss over that. I don't think there's a summon on this team. Gain an assist from a random non-summoned skill ally. I didn't even see. So, are any of them skill? Traits. Bio for Patriot. Because the Super Soldier Serum. Joaquin. Tech. Peggy should be skill, right? Skill. Okay, there's our skill character. Okay, let's go back down to Captain Sam here. And War Machine. So he will gain an assist from Peggy, which will put a slow out there and do a lot of damage because of new stats. All right. And let's see the ultimate. Freedom Flight. Is it both because they changed the name? I don't know. Okay, so it attacks for 450. I don't see that line here. I assume that's just because they didn't change the damage of it. So I assume it's still 450 damage of new stats, which is insane. All right. For each enemy remaining, fill speed bar by 10% for self and all Liberty and skill allies. Plus fill speed bar by 5% for all other allies. Okay. Remember back in the day, during the raids, any enemy killed by Captain Sam's ultimate takes away from this. So in war, say you're facing off against Undying, right? And Captain Sam hits all 6 people, which would be, the 4 Undying characters, whoever else is in there, and Greg. All right? It'll kill the Greg, so you're only going to get 50% speed bar instead of 60 because Greg died. So remember, that's how this ability works. With that said, for the most part, if anybody dies in war, it's not a summon. You're looking then at a 5v4, something like that. So the fact you're not getting that extra 10% speed bar probably doesn't matter. You probably already won. So this is more interesting when we think about doing like burn attacks. If we need to try and burn this team in order to reach the 2 exhausted, takes away a lot of what they do, right? All right, passive. Let's just forget about old. Let's go to the new. On spawn, gain deflect and defense up to self and all Liberty and skill allies. At the end of a turn, this character has taunt and does not have deflect. Clear taunt, gain generations. Okay. When this character drops below 50% health, if this character does not have 2 or more exhausted, clear taunt, apply 2 deflect, 2 death proof, and 2 defense up for 2 turns to self and all Liberty allies. That is crazy. While this character has deflect, gain 300% resistance. Jesus. With new stats, you are never going to strip his taunt off. 25% block chance and plus 20% block amount. You are going to get stuck on this guy, and it is going to suck. In raids, non-Sacred Avenger allies gain 20% max health. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, guys, this is very interesting. Here's my new benchmark, okay? Is this team going to be as good outside of their game mode as, say, Night Stalkers is outside of raids? Night Stalkers is phenomenal with that speed stat and the insane damage, unavoidable stuff, the exposed feature, that kind of thing, right? So does Liberty fit that bill? Yes, but a step below. I think that's fair. I think yes, because we see lots of speed up. We see lots of taunt shenanigans. We see lots of that stuff. But I also see all the trauma, all the safeguard kicked out to war. Right? And those are like two of the biggest things ever. They gain safeguard from Peggy's special, but in war only. All right? So those two mega mechanics are locked to war. And that's going to hurt them a little bit in their ability to get controlled outside of war. But I see so much speed shenanigans going on here. So many deflects. So much taunt on a character just because they took a turn, right? There's lots of really crazy things going on here. And I think you probably just sub off War Machine outside of war. Because the whole gain, when you have 4 allies, let's just go through it real quick. Seems like it was a lot of war stuff only. Well, this is War Machine, so if we're subbing him out, we really don't care about that. This is in war, the Liberty part. Okay. Let's see. In war, we don't see that there. On enemy with taunt turn, if this character has 4 more Liberty allies, fill speed bar by, so it's only 5%. I don't think having War Machine there is gonna benefit this enough for, say, a mode like Crucible or like a tower or something like that. Let's keep going. So yeah, they get safeguard here as well, but only in war. And the speed bar part, only in war. And that's it. Oh no, there's one more. This is also in war. If this character has 3 or more Liberty allies, enemy characters with slow cannot fill speed bar. Notice this is 3. So they do leave you room to do a little bit of theory crafting here with like a Mephisto or something like that. Yeah. In war, this character has 3 or more war. Yeah, apply. So this again is 3. So Peggy leaves room. Yeah, Peggy leaves room for you to only need 3. This is going to be a nightmare team in war, and I think it's going to be a fairly decent Crucible team. I can see this being the new Mephisto team. I can see this with Mephisto in Crucible, I mean. Being the new default Mephisto people. Lots of interesting taunts and stuff like that. I can see that happening. Somebody just said Liberty Odin incoming. I don't see that happening. Outside of war, I mean. If you do, like, Liberty with Odin, I think there's going to be lots of Crucible teams that will just smash that. But interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this team. Sorry, this video went long because we're kind of doing it live, interacting with chat, and I'm just kind of feeling it out for the first time ever. This looks good. Is this worth your cores to race? Well, let's be real about this. This is like a very, very niche game mode. I don't know what else to say. It's war, and every team for like the last 4 patches has been war. Unless they start extending the war rooms or putting more interesting things in the war rewards, people are definitely getting war team fatigue, which tells me this team is probably going to be used as a pocket dimension team, needed for some sort of other kiln tower like thing, like Absolute A-Force is being forced on us with, right? And the Mighty Avengers. Or maybe next legendary unlock. I don't know if we're going to be getting on the legendary for a while though, because it's January now, and we know Professor X comes in March, or at least we were told Professor X comes in March, last March, when they did the Age of X announcement. But I don't know. I don't feel the hype to go for him, to go for this team, right? I feel like it looks like it's meant for defense, right? So this is definitely going to be a team that is sold to the sweatiest people of war, which I would caution Scopely, we just had the 4th or maybe even the 5th sweaty war alliance disband. So maybe make war worth it. Make war not as time consuming as it currently is, which honestly, I don't know how you do that. Or you guys figure it out. I don't know. You guys have a good day. Bye now.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.